Good morning, Miss Judy. How are you? I love that song. That's Finally Free by Lyric, aka Akila Jacobs. And she let me borrow that music so I wouldn't be getting in trouble by using somebody else. Oh, good morning, Raquel. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's morning is off to a great start. I'm trying to get that adjusted right. There we go. I want to come on and give you a few words of encouragement for today. It is Wednesday. And I don't know about you, but I feel like the month is like gone. It's just flying by. But I just wanted to say good morning to everybody that's hopping on. I see two people. Let me look at this screen. Okay. There we go. Yes. Okay. So I just want to say hi. Oh, hey, Marion, you got on. Yes. Ruda, how are you this morning? I just want to come on and give y'all a few words of encouragement for the day. And today our topic is to stop breeding tension and confusion and worries and just relax. Just relax. I thought about that topic last night because I was thinking about how as we're moving through our days, we're just filled with anxiety about things that need to get done and things that, we need to accomplish by a specified time. And I started thinking, that's too much. And so a lot of us are functioning in that area, I myself included. We're functioning in that area. And so I said, you know what, I got to stop reading this because it's tension, it's anxiety, it's confusion, and it's worries, and it causes us to not be able to function at full capacity. Good morning, Miss Diane. And so I said, one of the things that we really, really need to focus on is, learning how to stop and relax. If you can, please share the video. Please share the video. And so in doing that, I said, well, what are some things that could be done, to reduce the amount of stress and tension and worries that we have as we go from day to day, as we're caring for our families, we're caring for, those that are in our workplace, we're making sure those things get done, we're making sure the kids are taken care of, we're making sure the house is taken care of. But what about you? What are you doing to reduce your levels of tension? And so that's when self-care comes into play. And I know you've heard it. Thank you, Dana. I know you've heard it. And so I said, well, one of the things you need to do is remember that you can do things in order of importance. So I said, okay, with my planner, it's sad to say, but I'll be open and very transparent with you. I have 2 weeks in my planner where nothing is written. It makes me feel so bad because I depend on my planner. But for those 2 weeks, I didn't do anything. I didn't write in my planner. And so it was like I was just living. I was just going from day to day, not really taking care of things that should have been taken care of first. I wasn't using the planner. And so now that I'm back to writing in it every day, I feel this sense of normalcy. And that helps to reduce my levels of tension and worries. And so I said, well, we need to start doing things in order of importance. There's an author that he's a writer. I really, really like his work. And his name is George Bernard Shaw. You've probably heard of him if you read a lot of literature, especially English literature. And so I was reading about his life, and he was sharing how, good morning, Risa, Vanessa, and Lawan. He was sharing how he wanted to write, and it was like he had all these distractions. You've heard me talking about, I need to finish my book. A lot of distractions come, so guess what? It's not finished. So George Bernard Shaw decided that, you know what, in order to reduce this tension and the worries and the anxiety that comes with not having it finished, I need to make a strong commitment to 5 pages a day. So he made this commitment to writing 5 pages a day. And he wrote 5 pages a day, y'all, for 9 years. 5 pages a day for 9 years. So just imagine the volume of information he provided to the world. Sadly, it's sad, but he didn't get paid for it. I think it said maybe $30. So how do you write 5 pages a day, make that strong commitment to doing 5 pages a day for 9 years, and you only get paid about $30? Talk about depressed. That will send you straight into depression because of the amount of time and energy exerted to get this information written, only to be paid that small amount. But still, he made that commitment. And so what we have to do is remember we have to do things that are, important. Do those things first. Because once those things are done first, then you're able to do the rest of the stuff. Do those important things first, and that reduces anxiety and tension and worries. Good morning, Susan. And so I started thinking, okay, well, since I am the culprit and I'm the one who causes that stress and that anxiety and worries in myself, what do I do after I do the things that are most important first? That was my question to myself. I said, well, I got to learn how to organize. Got to learn how to organize everything I'm doing, and I have to be good at it. And then I need to know when to delegate or supervise the work. So when we're learning how to delegate that work and we're learning how to be organized, it takes time because people have their own systems. So I said, okay, I have the planner. That's a big part of my system of organization. And I have, my tablet or my cell phone where my Google Calendar is, and share that calendar. So when I figured out that those two things, and I have one more, helped me to reduce the level of tension and worries and anxiety, why won't I stick to it? That was the question. I've got to stick to it. So I don't know about you. Maybe you have systems that are already in place that truly work for you. But all I know is this level of tension and anxiety has to be reduced. I know that you probably might not think a lot about it until you go to your doctor and he says your blood pressure is really high. Well, what have you been doing differently? You go, I've been at work. I've been taking care of my family. Oh, that's enough right there. That's enough. And you start rattling off all these things that you've been doing. But your blood pressure is high. And you're functioning from day to day with these high levels of stress. Does anybody relate to what I'm saying? Thumbs up if you do. Give me a comment. Let me know. I know I'm not the only one. That kind of stress and pressure for long periods of time has to be unhealthy. It has to be. So in addition to doing things in order of importance and learning how to organize and delegate or supervise those tasks, you're on your way to reducing those levels of tension. When you're delegating tasks, you have to know who to delegate it to. Everybody can't handle the tasks that they're given. So you have to know, who can I have translate this document for me quickly? Well, of course, I'm going to call Kenji Walker. Well, who is it that I know can come through and cater this event for me? Well, I got Lakeisha Leach, I got Marilyn Thomas, I got Lolo, Miss Lolita Allen. So I know several people who can come through. So it's not that I always have to know how to do everything. I just have to know who to delegate it to, because I know that those people are going to come through and you don't have to micromanage them. So you have to know when to delegate. Okay. The other thing that I thought about in addition to that was, you've got to realize that when problems come, they have to be dealt with. Sometimes we would be like, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And it's like we try and pretend like the problems aren't there. And all the while we're ignoring the problems, and it's growing. It's festering. It's growing. And you're like, oh my goodness, well, when did it get to be that big of an issue? Well, the moment you decided that you weren't going to deal with it. So I'm learning that no matter what the problem is and no matter how difficult it is, sometimes I just have to make a decision. You just have to make a decision. Yes, it does. It grows. Good morning, Michelle and Miss Carolyn. It does. It grows. And when you come back to revisit it, it's like this huge mountain of an issue that started out as an anthill. But because you chose to ignore it, you just didn't want to deal with it right then, it grew. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what works for other people and what works in their homes. I just know what works for me. And so in sharing that with you, I hope that, you'll remember that it's really not worth it, because your health is your wealth. Your health is so important. It's so important. Have you noticed that people are real quick to run out and get freaking insurance on their vehicles, but don't have their lives insured? Think about that. People go out and they'll get insurance on their Sea-Doo jet skis. They'll go out and insure their boats, their jewelry, their cars, all this stuff that means so much to them. But you die, and then the church got to take up a collection to bury your tail. I'm just saying. Taking care of those needs can reduce the tension and stress of your family members later. That's just something that's real. It's real talk. It's real talk. We have to remember that we have to do the most important things first. Then we got to know how to delegate some of those things that we can't do. And then when the problems come up, we got to be able to handle it. Good morning, Duana. Miss Carolyn says so true, because they think they're invisible. I don't know what people be thinking, but it's like you have to remember that. I'm learning a lot with my neighbor that passed away. I'm learning so much. And it's not that I didn't know. It's anybody in your family who passes away. You learn a lot about people. It can be friends, and you hear these stories, and the only thing that changes is the people involved. But the stories are so similar. Oh, he didn't have life insurance. She didn't have life insurance. And that's a big deal. And so I don't know about you, but I need my tension levels reduced. I need to be able to relax. I need to be able to function at full capacity because it's too much work that I need to have done. It's too much. Oh, they think they're invincible. Got you, Miss Carolyn. Okay, invincible. Yeah, so we have to remember that we're not. We're not invincible. We're not invincible. Not at all. And so it's so much work that needs to be done. I love it when I'm on social media and I see, Love and Confections making moves and out in the studio and just really promoting her business. I love it when I see, T.E. Anderson's life coaching videos on Tuesday. I missed it last night, but I love it when I see that because people are shaking and moving. Sometimes when we take a step back, like I did a few weeks back, and you're looking at everybody, it's like, okay, people are still doing what they need to do. That's good. That's good. But it's encouragement. It's encouragement because the tension and the worries will come, but you got to know how to manage it. You got to know how to manage it. I bought a book I was going to share with you. I forgot the title of it. But it deals with worry, and I bought it the other day at Half Price Books. And it's like this sense of urgency to really, really work on myself and be better so that, I don't worry. And that the tensions that you feel from work, the tension from job, the tension from family, the tension from significant others, the tension from wherever it's coming from is reduced. And so I'll share that with you once I pick it up. I left it in the room, but I need to get it and share it with you because we have to learn how to reduce those levels. I can't function like that. And I don't know about you, but I will send you the book title. I'm going to let everybody know what it is. I just don't have it here right now. But I'll get that title and send it to you because we've got to learn how to manage the stress so that we can live long lives. Why in the hell are we going to work like dogs right now to be building businesses and being better if we don't have the strength and energy to go out and feed and clothe those that are in need, or the strength and energy to do for others and go volunteer in somebody's business if we can't even do it if our health is not right? When's the last time you called a friend and said, hey, you know what? I noticed that you have an event this weekend. I don't have anything planned. Let me come volunteer for you. What do I need to do for you? See, when you got a lot of worry and tension and stress in your life, your mind doesn't work like that. And you can't think to go out and help somebody else do something. You can't. Thanks. Hey, cousin. Love you. Be blessed. And thanks for your encouragement. Thank you, Rosa. I thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's it. So we have to stop worrying and start living. And that's the thing. I want to die empty because I poured into other people. And I don't want the issues in my life to stop me from walking in my purpose and doing what it is that I'm supposed to do. And so, Mark, we're reading it together. So I'm excited because life is good. And it doesn't matter how bad it may seem, you can still find the good in it. It's just that we get caught up in life. We get caught up in stuff that doesn't matter a lot of times, and we forget that we need to just live. We forget to live. If you think I'm playing, go to the nursing home where you see all these double and quadruple amputees who are there, and they're like so happy. I met a gentleman who had no arms and no fingers because his hands were amputated. His fingers were amputated, and he looked like this. And he said, I told him, don't come and feed me. I got this. Just give me a bowl and let me pour my own soup. Go help somebody else in need. And I started crying. I said, man, look at this man here. When I tell you, he was like, I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. That was his attitude. Because he wasn't waiting on somebody to come and do something for him. And I was looking at that man lying in that bed with no legs, no fingers. And we have the audacity to freaking complain about, oh, I just didn't like how they brought my food out. I mean, really. It's like we have to get our priorities in line. And once we do that, we don't worry so much. It's like you just have to, thank you for the heart, you just have to figure out what's going to work best for you. And you have to also figure out, you know what? Do I really want to worry or I don't? You got to figure that out. But the time to figure it out is right now. Because I don't know if you are keeping up with it. But time is not waiting for anybody. It keeps flying. It's not waiting on you to decide that you want to live your best life. It's not waiting on you to decide that, you know what, I think today is going to be the last day that I'm worried about anything. Because the stuff that you can't control, why worry about it? When you develop that attitude, people see you differently. They do. I've been delivered from what people say about me because I don't care. Now, I have a really nice mortgage that you could take care of if you'd like to talk about that. But anything else, not worried at all. You know why? Because people are so freaking judgmental. So when you look at that aspect of people, you kind of figure out real quick why they are in situations that they're in. And that's not everybody, but you got to be delivered from what people say. If you do good in your business and it's booming and making money, they're going to talk about how you were before your business started booming. Oh, she did. She sold what? Oh, she had how many closings? Oh, she think you all that. No, the hell I don't. You do. Thank you, though. Because we can't be worried about that. We have got to learn that what is for us is for us. We don't have to worry about it. What God has designated for me, you can't talk it out of his hand. You can't snatch it out of his hand. And you can't convince him not to give it to me. Hands down. Now, if you can do that, you bad. I need to talk to you one-on-one. I need to take your class. But when it comes to worrying, we can't do it because it eats away at our health. It eats away at our health. Kind of like people that say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. But every time you see them, they're eating a hamburger and onion rings, $2.99 car hop special. Until they get 400 and 500 pounds. And then they want to talk about, well, I was going to lose some weight, but I was just so worried and so stressed. So you're digging your grave with your teeth. That's what you're doing. Worrying about stuff you can't change and digging your grave with your teeth. Well, have at it. Because I don't want to be a part of it. So I want you to remember that on today. We got to stop breeding confusion and tension and worries. We have to stop. Because the buck does stop here and it can stop with you. But you have to know that that's what you want. And so I'm going to take a different approach. And you'll be able to notice it. But you take a different approach too. To what it is that you can control. You can't control what others say or do. You can only control what you say and do. Be a better you. Put some personal development on your way to work this morning. At your lunchtime, put your headset on and just kind of detach for about 35 minutes and watch your day improve. When I read that about George Bernard Shaw, I said, he's a better man than me. I'm not going to write 5 pages a day for 9 years and you give me $30. I'd have probably torn up every publishing company around. Somebody would have read my stuff, but that's just me. That's just me talking. But I'm just saying, make a hard commitment. Make a hard commitment. There are some things that you probably wanted to accomplish this year and you haven't been able to do so. Now is the time to do it. The year is not up. Almost. Still not up yet. But you got to come on with it. And so I encourage you today, if it's a book that has been written, write it. If it's something that hasn't been said, say it. Come on with it. Rosa says, oh, we cousins. That's me, the eating part, but I've got better start it back running. It was meant for me long. You know what? I'm not in the best shape either. I'm at a size 8. Pushing a 9. I'm not even trying to hear Rosa. So Mark just said last night, well, when is your schedule going to be free so we can go run and we can walk? Okay. Well, I'm not there, but I'm coming. So I understand that we all have, areas of improvement and that is one of my areas of improvement. And so I wish everybody well today. I want you to have such a wonderful Wednesday until people are like, what's wrong with her? Get out there and make it happen. Make a difference in the life of somebody else and help somebody else. It's October. Next month is Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm going back to Tent City, and we're going to have a feast out there. And so if you're able to volunteer, please let me know. It is going to be the week before Thanksgiving. And so, but it's going to be a real meal, like what you would have at your mom's or your grandma's house. Yes, we're doing it like that. I know Dr. Thomas was really instrumental in getting us a grill back in June when we first did it. And so, thank you for sharing, Miss Judy. So we were able to do that back in June, and we had the grill and all. We spent the whole day out there. It was just accidental that we spent the whole day. But Thanksgiving is coming up. And it's the time where, they've designated as a national holiday, Thanksgiving, but every day should be Thanksgiving. And we should be concerned about our other brothers and sisters and not being so caught up in our own world that we forget to go out and bless somebody else. We've been charged to go out into the highways and the byways. But see, people turn that part of the Bible out because it means working. It means you got to get up and go do something instead of helping your forward no more. That's right. I said that. So I'll be out there at Tent City. I am looking for a donation, so we'll need the paper goods and the plastic forks and spoons, all that stuff, and waters, because that's what we're going to do for Thanksgiving. I promised Pops that he'd never have another Thanksgiving without some good food, and I'm going to make sure that I stand up to my word, but his friends also benefit because of him, and so I appreciate all that you do. I know that Miss Peppy Brad from North Carolina couldn't even come. She's in North Carolina and sent me a donation all the way here. I went to Walmart and picked it up, and so I was grateful for that. So just keep in mind that, you know, we are our sister and brother's keeper, and so once we start giving back and doing for other people, it lessens some of that tension and stuff, because we're giving back like we should. I would surely hope that if something were to happen to me and my family, that I've affected somebody's life to where they would come and see about me. I would love to think that. I want to think that. And so we have to remember that we have to always be giving back. One other thing, I do have a Spanish class that's starting up October 26th. Got to get in there and get my picture taken so I can get the flyer together. Although I like my old picture, but I was instructed that I need a new one. So I have an adult Spanish class starting October the 26th. Don't have a children's Spanish class yet because nobody signed up for it. But I do have one that's coming October the 26th. For adults. So if you're interested, inbox me and I'll give you more information. But I wish you well today. I hope that everything works in your favor. And in the famous words of T.E. Anderson, you've got to wake up every day like the cards have been rigged in your favor. And that's what I do each day. So I want you to remember the world is going to continue to rotate, whether you're standing on top of it or stretched out under it. You decide where you want to be. I don't want to be stretched out anywhere except for under the palm trees on the beaches of the world, where Sir Idris Elba and Sir Dwayne Johnson will be serving me my ties and asking me if it's anything else they can get for me. They're going to be asking me that. And I'm going to say, yeah, go run over there and get that and come back with that. Yes. It's the only place we want to be stretched out under. We want to be known at the bank and not in the clubs. And I always say that because we're so quick to want to turn up and spend money there. But what are we investing in ourselves so that we can help others? Okay? I want you to remember we'll see everybody at the top too, because the bottom is too crowded. Let's not be there. Time out. Maybe you've been there too long and you're still deciding on whether you want to leave. Get out while you still can. Meet me at the top because the bottom is too crowded. I want you to have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow at 6:15. Have a great day. Bye.